Greetings. Thank you for stopping back by. This is Mystic Mia Michelle, and today we're going to be talking about 8-8, the Lionsgate portal. Yes, today we're going to be doing more of the mystic part of this channel. Everything that I create is designed to give you the life you desire and deserve, and today's video is no exception. I want to talk about the 8-8 portal, how to tap into the energy of that, and what you need to know. As a Leo myself, this is my season, so anything related to it interests me tremendously. But along with that, 8-8 is extremely significant. Of course, 8 being the number that is most closely aligned with the concept of infinity, which means it's very aligned with abundance. And as such, if you are looking for an abundance of goodness or an abundance of anything that you prefer, this would be the time and the date that is most aligned with creating it. Now, remember too that Leo, as a symbol, is considered the domain of creativity, particularly the fifth house, but also the sign of Leo. It does not mean that every person born under the star sign of Leo is a creative, because creativity is not limited to just one group, nor does it mean that one group has cornered the market on it. However, this is the symbol, or rather the sign, that is associated with creativity. So when it comes to creating a life you desire, or creating more abundance, success, or whatever you're going for, this is a great month, a great day for it, great season for it. So let's get into it. Again, Lionsgate, it's related to Leo as a symbol. It occurs every year on August 8th, 8-8. It doubles the infinity amount. So, unbridled abundance is what you can create with this particular date. If you're into numerology and such, this year it's actually 887. We are in a 7 year, 2023. Next year, the Lionsgate portal is going to be extra potent with it being an 8 year. So 8-8 2024 is going to be very powerful, but we can still tap into a lot of energy today because we've got two eights, and it's certainly worth working with right now. So, part of tapping into the energy is to figure out what do you want, and figure out what these particular symbols can do in supporting you in what you want. So, in what ways and what expressions of Leo are you looking for? Remember, along with creativity, Leo symbolizes courage and strength, sovereignty. The fifth house, which is Leo's natural house of rulership in the natal chart, has to deal with dating and children, fun things, the arts and creativity, like I mentioned earlier. So ask yourself if there are anything in these areas that you could use a little support with. This might be a good date to set the intention that those things be strengthened. Of course, Leo representing strength. Imagine the power and potency of using 8-8 to create intentions around an abundant dating life, or your children tapping into their own creativity, becoming higher expressions of themselves. Imagine what you could do with that. So think about that. You can use this as a time for introspection. Take a few moments and meditate on what you would like to come in. You can use this as a time to just quiet your mind. You don't have to seek anything specific. You can just use it to quiet your mind and allow inspiration to come to you. You can use it for many things. You can reflect, of course. You can revise intentions and goals and aspirations. It's an excellent day for all of that, so consider that. Along with reflecting on intentions, you might want to set some intentions. So you could use this day, perhaps create a ritual around writing down goals and desires and affirmation, invoking that energy of courage and strength and infusing that into those desires that you have, and feel empowered knowing that these things can absolutely come to you. While Leo and Lionsgate's Portal 8-8 are not earthy in the sense of being under the domain of an earth sign, this is still a good time to connect with natural forces. And fire is indeed part of nature as well. But spending time outside can really give you some extra juice in your Lionsgate manifestations, especially if you're someone that finds that nature supports you very well in other circumstances. And if you have a very strong water or air or earth placement within your natal chart, connecting to your most prominent elements, grounding if you are an earth sign, or getting to a body of water if you're a water sign, or standing somewhere where you can feel the air, a breeze, perhaps if you're an air sign, those things can really help to give you some extra juice with this. So consider that as well. This is also a great day to engage in creativity itself, whatever feels really good to you as far as your creative expression. Consider that singing, dancing, painting, knitting, even whatever you do that feels creative to you. This is a great time for it. And so consider doing that to tap into today's energy. Another thing you can do, you can activate your solar plexus, the fifth house, the sign of Leo. These things are ruled by the sun. The sun is known for looking kind of yellow in the sky, and yellow is the color of your solar plexus. So you can do chakra meditations to activate your solar plexus if you feel that it's a little inactive or a little sluggish. You can balance your solar plexus as well. Another thing that you can do to activate the solar plexus is to wear the color yellow, to eat yellow foods, to surround yourself with as much of the color yellow as possible, and also to meditate on what the solar plexus chakra actually rules as far as personal power and self confidence, and telling yourself, I am powerful, I am confident. You can find affirmations related to that, and I will also link an affirmation that might be helpful from this channel in the description box for your convenience. You can use crystals and crystal grids. One of my favorite crystals of all time is pyrite. I love it. It is metallic and it looks kind of golden. So you can use pyrite, you can use other yellow stones such as sunstone, citrine. If you have yellow sapphires, those are great as well. You can even use different yellow opals. You can, you know, don't limit yourself. Topaz, whatever. Topaz, amber, these are all good yellow stones that capture the energy of today's date. You can make a crystal grid if you're skilled with that, even though I'm a mystic. I do not usually do crystal grids. They don't give me the kind of energy amplification that I desire. But if that is your thing, absolutely indulge. Have fun with it. This is a good day to practice tapping into the energy of yellow crystals. You can also create your own Lionsgate affirmations. You can make affirmations related to courage, strength, and self expression. If you are interested, the first house of your natal chart is very much related to some of these same qualities. Don't forget that the first house is ruled by a different fire sign, the sign of Aries. So if you are trying to embolden yourself related to those first house things or even fifth house things, then you might want to check out my first house of the natal chart affirmation video, which I will link in the description as well. You can do all kinds of rituals that will support you on a day like today. I personally will be doing a ritual that I'll describe to you in depth a little bit later, but things such as gratitude list, candle lighting, herb burning, sacred geometry, smudging. Though smudging is not probably the best for today. Smudging is a practice for clearing out things, where today is a little more conducive to inviting things in. But certainly working with herbs, working with oils, working with candles, doing your gratitude and your appreciation and sacred geometry, along with crystals and all of these things can be very helpful in creating ritual to support you on the magic that is the Lionsgate Day. And then, of course, self care. One of the things that you can do for self care is to take a soothing bath. You can do some yoga. You can listen to meditative music, even if you're not actively meditating. You can enjoy a meal that makes you feel nourished. So consider all of that, especially if those are activities that you want to invite in more frequently into your life. How amazing to start that new path with indulging in these things. So consider that. And don't forget, you can also infuse that color therapy that was mentioned with the solar plexus chakra meditation portion. You could also use that same approach in your bath. If you have flowers such as chamomile or some other yellow flowers, calendula even, putting those into your bath can be wonderful for getting a two for one, basically, when it comes to self care and solar plexus activation. And of course, engaging with others in the form of, connection community when it comes to manifesting with Lionsgate energy is very powerful. You can use the collective energy of like minded others to support you in any manifestation practice, but certainly for a day like today, it would be really, really practical and powerful to do so. So, I mentioned that I will be doing a ritual myself, and I'll be making I can't even talk, an abundance oil, and that oil will have quite a few abundant herbs in it, such as cinnamon. And I will be using that oil to christen a few things that I have around my home. But I'll also be lighting a yellow 7-day candle. But before I light it, I'm going to hold it in my hand, set some intention with it, then light it and let it burn out. And until that candle goes out, I'll be doing some gratitude and appreciation list nightly. So my 7-day candles never last 7 days. They usually last 4 to 5. So that's 4 to 5 nights of appreciation and gratitude, along with reflecting on the candle and having that abundance oil that I will be using for whatever I want. I'm thinking too, I might also do a little bit of a cinnamon ritual, but I'm not quite decided on that yet. We'll see. But in any case, those are some ideas for your Lion's Gate today, your 8-8. So, in short, remember 8-8, double the abundance, double the infinite opportunity for you. And it's a chance for you to go past your current limitations, tap into your strength, your authenticity. If it helps, pull out your natal chart, see where Leo is, see what's going on in your fifth house, and lean into those things because those are what you are naturally inclined to anyway. For example, I do not have a natal chart that starts off with Aries. I'm a Sagittarius rising. So Leo is the ruler of my ninth house, the house that Sagittarius traditionally rules. Leo is in my ninth house. I have a Venus there and, of course, a Sun there. My son, though, funny enough, is in the eighth house, but it's still under Leo. Leo is, however, the ruler of my ninth. So you want to, again, look at your chart for that. See what that house has to tell you. For me, I know that the ninth house is the house of foreign travel, it's the house of philosophy, higher education, and adventure in general. So this is the perfect time for me to manifest more foreign trips, and because my Venus is there, It's also a great time for love manifestation, to look at any petitions that I had regarding the love I wanted, to call in, which I'm still actively calling in, and do any practices that feel good around that. So that's for my Leo placement. So look where Leo is in your natal chart and figure out what's going on there if you have any planets in which house. If you have your natal chart out, you might as well look at your fifth house, see who rules your fifth house, and figure out what's happening there, because that'll tell you a lot as well. My fifth house is ruled by Aries, which is no surprise because Aries is exactly 4 signs away from Leo, which is in the ninth house. So Aries is the sign of beginnings. It's the sign of new adventures and independence and the Fool card in astrology. So, or not in astrology, in tarot. So, as a person who is ruled by Aries in my fifth house, I have to look at what new things I may want to start, which, of course, fifth house is related to dating. So, tapping into the energy of dating, setting up dates, or putting myself out there to be invited on dates, making sure that I am open to romance, whatever that looks like, inviting the energy of playfulness and childlike wonder into my life, because the fifth house is the house of children, as well as creativity, engaging in any creative practice, making my manifestation slash abundance oil is going to be a great way to tap into that. So that is it for today's video. Look at your chart. Remember what 8-8 symbolizes. It doesn't have to be a lot going on in your particular natal chart for you to tap into this energy, but just know it's a great day for meditation, intention setting, and creative expression. Also, today is Tuesday, which is the day ruled by the planet Mars, or the god Mars. Mars is the planet of action. It is not just wild and unbridled energy, it is focused, directed, and purposeful action. Strategy as well. So consider tapping into your Mars energy today. What are you going to take action on this Lionsgate day? What will be most benefited by your action? Because that is where you should put your focus. That's it, my friends. Remember to embrace this opportunity. Every day is an opportunity, but especially today. Embrace the opportunity, embark on your personal journey of empowerment, courage, and spiritual evolution, and let today be a beacon of light that guides you toward a higher state of consciousness, self realization, and awakening. I'll talk to you all very soon. Have a great day.